Hello everyone, it's Sanoflex here, and welcome to Skyrim Mod Showcase Episode 5. In this week's showcase, I'll feature Pinup Poser, Skyrim Bigger Trees, new animation for running with bow, Chimneys for Riverwood, Project Parallax Solitude, no spinning death animation, and finally Sleeping Tree Sanctuary. First I want to showcase Pinup Poser by Halo Farm, which adds 119 unique poses for female characters, although males can use them too. To use the poses, you need to download and install FNIS 2.0 behavior files, then install Pinup Posers. Then, when you load any save with the mod activated, 6 new rings will be added to your inventory, which come in 3 sets, Standing 1, Standing 2, and Other. The Standing 1 and Standing 2 idle rings give about 90 poses for standing, of course, as shown here. And the Other Idols ring gives about 30 poses, such as sitting, kneeling, or laying down. To activate the pose, equip the Idle Select ring, which gives a menu to choose a pose from. After that, equip the Idle Play ring, and the pose should be applied. Note that you can use hotkeys to activate the rings, I just prefer to use the menu. Sometimes the pose will utilize weapons, such as this one. If you want to cancel the pose, simply jump or unequip the ring and the pose should go away. Another cool feature of this mod is you can make an NPC pose, using 3 new spells in the Restoration tree, which have names like Standing 1 Idle Play, which makes the target perform whatever you selected as Standing 1 Idle. The author plans to add more poses in the near future, so be sure to track this file if you want to see more. Anyways, this mod is great for those that use Skyrim like portrait photography and take plenty of screenshots. Next I want to feature Skyrim Bigger Trees by XW2. The mod does exactly what the name implies and scales the trees of southern Skyrim to a much larger mesh. The bigger trees makes the forest feel like an epic fantasy environment where the land is dominated by old growth trees. But I feel that some of the trees are a little too big, but that's mainly the trunk size and not the actual height of the tree. However, I feel that Area's Bigger Trees effects is perfect, making it kind of like a unique landscape mod for Skyrim, similar to the unique landscape mods for Oblivion that made Citadel fun to explore. There is a performance hit with this mod on, with all the shadows added and more branch animations. My framerate dipped from about 55 FPS in vanilla Skyrim to about 35 FPS with Bigger Trees on. Also, there is no LOD for the bigger trees, so you will see the vanilla LOD tree sizes in the distance that then suddenly pop in with the bigger trees added by the mod. Note that the Skyrim Bigger Trees affects only the size of the tree, so whatever texture mod you use for trees such as Vert's Floral Overhaul does not affect the trees in any negative way. Overall, Skyrim Bigger Trees is pretty cool and is definitely worth a try, or you can track the file so you don't miss any major updates, like if the missing LOD is fixed. If you play a female character and use a bow, you need to check out XP32's new animation for females running with a bow. This mod replaces the beast-like gallop/ape run animation when you have a bow out, with a much smoother and more feminine one. So if you're a fan of better animations, this mod won't disappoint. This next mod is small but pretty cool, and adds a lot to immersion and realism. Currently the chimneys are only placed in Riverwood, but hopefully all the villages will be changed and have their own chimneys. Project Parallax Solitude by Asmodeus adds parallax mapping to most of the textures in Solitude that adds an additional layer of realism and depth that even an HD texture or normal map can't, and the mod does so with little to no performance loss. Asmodeus has been working to release 1 new Parallax mod per week until all the major cities are updated. I decided to check this one out, and was immediately very impressed with the results. The parallax mapping adds additional depth to the image, making it look more 3D and realistic. There are 4 separate versions depending on what texture pack you have installed. There's one for Skyrim HD 2K, Skyrim Realistic Overhaul, Sexy Solitude, and the default vanilla textures, both HD and vanilla. Only use the correct version for what texture you have installed, or else you will see conflicts. In order to use this mod, you must have an EMB version 0.108 or 0.112, or have the EMB anti-freeze patch, if you don't want to run an EMB config. Anyways, I'm extremely excited for the full release of this mod, which is probably a few months away, and it'll add parallax mapping to all of the cities. I'm sure the full release of this mod will be a must download for years to come, but for now, check back every week or so for Asmodeus to release a new mapping project for each city. No Spinning Death animation is a simple animation replacer that removes the unrealistic spinning death animation that may happen when you die, either from combat or fall damage. So usually when your character dies, you spin around in a pitiful circle, but now with this mod, the spin animation is replaced with a more ragdoll type death animation. And finally, I'll leave a short teaser for a new player home by LDabs, a modder who makes incredible player homes. This new home is called Sleeping Tree Sanctuary, which is a floating home with a questline, auto-sorting containers, and your own personal airship. I plan to make a review/tour of this mod, and we'll place an annotation here when it's completed. Well, that's it for this week's Skyrim mod showcase. All the mods featured here will have the download link in the video description below, and if you enjoy the mod, don't forget to endorse it. Anyways, feel free to subscribe to my channel for more videos on Skyrim mods and other gaming related shenanigans.